go ahead and record it. Alrighty. So shall I go ahead and show my iPad, Bruce?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. And obviously, Bruce, you jump in there too. Did you see that, Amber? Amber, check this out. Biology dissection pics. So that was Mike. He took pictures of his test or something, some icky stuff, and he used the iPad, and then he's gonna, so. Bruce, you would be proud.
Very cool.
Yeah, Mike's not cookie. That is impressive.
I know. I think Mike's proud of himself. Something about giving me something to do to show him, so I appreciate it.
Very cool.
And then also, Bruce, just a small thing about that, the pictures is he used the stand, so that really was handy because, yeah.
Yeah, take clear pictures, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I tried to assure him that kind of the oils from his specimens they'd wipe off the iPad. So, okay. So I'll show you my iPad, and I kind of have a list of things to kind of walk you through. And I know, Amber, you might be an Android person right now, but maybe you're kind of thinking hybrid at some point. Can you?
I just have an Android because I'm cheap. But, you know, if the school's got iPads, then I'm willing to use it. I'm just slow.
You know. Yeah, I hear you. There's a lot of that. That sounds right on track. So one thing about this isn't to do with explain everything, but just iPads in general, and I might have mentioned this some other time, but you see these kind of settings along that says settings, Safari, App Store, Tweetcaster. Those 6 things you can personalize your iPad to be the things that you use the most. So I mentioned this because Explain Everything has finally made the top 6 recently. So actually that Explain Everything is where we're going to go. And I keep wanting to put on the computer, but it's on my iPad. Okay, so now did the screen change for you guys?
Yep, we're looking at Explain Everything.
Okay, good. So I thought we'd just go ahead and I'm going to click the plus sign up there, and it's going to open up a new project. And I'll kind of talk about the different things you can do with projects. And I won't hit everything, I'm sure, because I'm not an expert at Explain Everything. But you automatically have 4 different templates. If I click the black one, the thing about all of my slides is they're going to be black, okay? But I'm going to go back to click the home button. I usually click the white one for some reason. So I'm going to go ahead and create a project, and I'm going to click that white one. And one of the things that you can do with this app is if you use it as a whiteboard and you have some cool things, and you can actually then push this out, or you wouldn't print it, but you could save it as a PDF. So that's kind of fun if you're like, so I could go ahead. The one thing about it, there's a lot of whiteboards. Hi, Barb. She's like, are you talking to yourself? There's a lot of whiteboard apps for both the Android and the iPad products. But there's a whiteboard. Can you see that the little pen is highlighted? So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm just going to go ahead and draw. I don't know what to say. Okay, we're happy. It's almost the end of the semester. Okay, and if I hold on the pen, notice I have some options. Okay, oh, I guess I had to let go. Hold on it, let go. And so I can change the width of the pen, and I can change kind of the tip and go with a thick pen. Okay, I know that's not very scientific, but, and then down here you see the 3 colors. I'm like, okay, I want to kind of highlight this, emphasize something. That's looking like something biological. And if I don't like those 3 colors, it's kind of fun. You can hold on it again, and you get the colors of the rainbow, but you only have 3 at a time. That's kind of how that works. Ooh, let's click on the rainbow. So the rainbow, I don't know. Anyway, so that's the whole whiteboard thing of it. And so while I'm here, let's just say, you see that red button kind of at the bottom there? Just for kicks, if I wanted to go ahead and capture something, like I'm saying, this is, I guess in meteorology, we talk about cold fronts, okay? Oops, wrong color. I can hit the back button, like it was never there. I'll hit the erase button. We talk about cold fronts in blue, okay, coming down from the north for us. And actually right now, it is recording my voice. Okay, so there's cold fronts. And then there, of course, in red, we would do the warm fronts. Okay, so
the microphone on the iPad is recording your voice as it's recording what you're doing, what you're drawing?
Yep, they're in sync. Yep, so it says 39, 40 seconds, 41. Yeah. And so the cool thing about this, and not all apps are as obvious, but obviously I can hit the pause button if I'm like, okay, dude, time out, I got to take care of something. And so now it's not recording. And then I can resume recording. So, yeah.
Then if you start another slide, you can record another bit.
Let's go ahead and start another slide. So you see the plus, it says slide 1 of 1. If I hit the plus, it's going to say slide 2 of 2, I think. I hit the plus. Okay, so my old slide is there and my new slide is here now. And one of the cool things about Explain Everything, and I think it's gotten better as it's been around, you know how apps, they get better. But, so I can do something here. I'll just go ahead and say the word here. Okay, this is page 2. Okay, it's not recording. Then I go ahead and now it's clicking off time. Now I'm recording. So when it started recording, it already said here. Does that make sense? Okay, and then I can do some things. And then I'm going to stop recording, or I'm just going to hit the pause button for now. And the cool thing is see where it says page 2 of 2 and you see the triangles up and down? If you click there, it kind of shows you that you had the old slide, now you have the second slide. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of nice. And really, what I would do, depending upon what I wanted to present or tell people, is I would get my pages ready ahead of time, and then I go ahead and present. And you can capture the audio while you're presenting, and then you can, share that with whoever wasn't there that day. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Also, if you have a PDF, that you want to narrate, you're probably not going to talk verbatim out of the PDF, but if you have a multi-page PDF and you import it, it separates that into slides. So every page separates into its own slide.
Like a image, like physiology is very image based, and I have an image I want to go over.
You want to bring up one of Mike's images?
Yes. Yep. Let's add a page just for kicks. So I'm going to click the plus button, and now say page 3 of 3. Okay, and this is so cool. When I was getting ready for this, I didn't realize all these options. So I'm going to click the plus button under the A, and here, like Bruce was saying, here's options of things to import. Okay, to make part of any slide. So Amber, you mentioned like pictures and stuff. So I'm going to click on. Let me click on File for now. Okay, so do you see along the bottom there the tabs for where I can get my file from? So if I click the Photos tab, that actually is the iPad. Okay, if I click iTunes, I don't have anything in iTunes. But let me go ahead and go to the third one. I'll go to Dropbox, and I am a Dropbox fan. So here's where, like you're saying, Amber, I might have some figures or whatever. And under Dropbox, it's just like Windows Explorer, you have folders and stuff. So let me pick on, AP stands for astrophotography. So I've been kind of playing with astrophotography recently. So there's a picture of the sun, and I can click on that. Now you see it's uploading to Explain Everything. Hopefully it wasn't too big. And then if I want to make this part of my page 3, okay, I think it automatically dumps it in. We'll see. It says it's loaded, and I think it'll go back to my project. Yeah. Well, before it goes to my project, it says, is this what you want? And here's your opportunity. You can see the things at the top. If I want to crop it a little bit, I can. I'm like, hey, I don't need all that black. I click the crop sign. Okay, oops, I remember. I click the crop sign. Every crop is a little bit different. Oh, don't do that. Yeah. And then I go ahead and make a box around what I want to keep. And then this actually If I click done, this will go on to page 3. And so like I was saying, you can do this ahead of time or on the fly. And I'm on my page now. Now the cool thing is I can make it little, make it big, okay, if I want to try to find some sunspots. This is a picture I took. Now let's just say I found those little sunspots over there, and then obviously you can bring up your whiteboard and choose a color you think is going to show up. I'll choose blue. And actually choose the drawing thing, and I can go ahead and say, see, that's what I was talking about. Like that. So kind of, and you can be recording this. And so let me go, I'm going to do the plus again because there's even more. Okay, page 4 of 4, I'm going to, I added page 4, I'm going to hit the plus again, and oh my gosh. So I'm going to hit the new browser. Maybe this doesn't hit up. I don't know if in your class, Amber, you use this or not. Just ignore the blue keyboard. It's kind of a fun keyboard I added the other day. It's kind of annoying. But this will add to your Explain Everything a website. So let's just say I'm going to add weather.com. C-O-M. Go. So as long as you are on the internet, which I am, it actually, when I hit go, it's going to bring up that website eventually. Come on, SEC. Okay. See, so, and it's live, so you just have to play around with it. But like in here, I just am amazed. I can go ahead and click on, it's like, even though I am in Explain Everything, I am like live in the website. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so like if it was the first day of class and I had some students missing and I wanted to show them how to use eCompanion, I could do this with my students in the room and record it for the students that didn't make it?
Yes, it would capture everything.
Okay, so now I have to interject a really stupid question. You have this on your iPad. How do my students do this? Do I sync the computer in the classroom up with this, or?
I didn't catch all this. How do your students get it? Oh, the recording?
How do the face-to-face students see it? You're going to connect your iPad to the projector, basically.
Oh. When are you having that?
There's a couple of options there, but
Libby can show you how that.
Okay, we got that covered.
There's an adapter. One way is through an adapter.
Okay.
Plug it in. Yeah.
That's a good question.
Those are important questions. Right? Those are always the gotchas. Is I got the big concept. How do I get these two pieces? It's like that in every project. So those are all important questions.
But kind of like, so for me, this I'm teaching meteorology in the spring. One of the things I thought would be fun is to, like, for the weather, I can pull up a weather map, okay, and I can zoom in. Oops, is it kind of going black for you guys too? Okay, good, just me. And then actually, I can write on this. I played with this the other day. I can change it to a blue marker, and I can go ahead and in class. It's a website, right? But I'm writing over it in Explain Everything.
And recording it all, yeah.
And recording it, yeah. But one thing it doesn't do, like this internet site, and it kind of makes sense, is if you go to a YouTube video, you can play it for your students live, but it won't record. Do you know what I mean? That you'll hear it, but you won't see it. The student you're recording, because it, there's protection and all that. Any questions?
If it was something from a publisher, like one of the videos McGraw-Hill provides, and you played it, would it record that?
I think so. I think it would capture that for your students that weren't there. I do. In fact, let me go ahead. I'm going to add a page. This is so fun. Okay, so I'm clicking the plus page. Now we're going to go to page 5 of 5. So actually, we're building as we go, which, like I said, sometimes I want to have things ahead of time to kind of go to those pages. But so here's the deal. I don't know if you can use this, but I'm going to click on the plus sign. I'm going to say new video. So I'm not going to click on file. So actually, it's in me, but it's in you. Okay, so this is really corny. But I'm recording this video. You can see the 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm recording this video, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. I'm going to hit the stop button. Okay. I know that's a really bad pose, but you get the idea. That then is an embedded video in Explain Everything that I captured, and I can do that ahead of time. So that makes sense?
So think in terms of a use for it. You've got something,
Like a
something moving, yeah. You can take a video of it, and you want to show how to actually cut the tendon for this particular thing, and you can actually show that under the iPad.
Mm-hmm.
And so there you not only can you show it, but you can record it. Go ahead, Libby.
Well, these are, one thing I'm not, there's a lot of things, but entirely sure about is I think you can save this as an Explain Everything project, which would be the raw everything. And then I think students can put that on their, they have to have 8.1 Windows. But then anybody can open an Explain Everything project, and that little green button would be there. So like if I click this, it's going to play, and yeah, there's the little video. And you could play that in class, because you made me think of it, Amber, when you said, well, if you have a publisher's video, can we? And I think you can. Yeah, sure.
The challenge would be, how are you going to play the published video from the iPad?
Well,
Yeah.
Play it from that way?
Most of them.
Play it right off the website.
Yeah.
Okay. Libby, something to think about too, instead of, another way you can export this is you can export it as a movie. So it doesn't matter, it'll play on anything. You don't even have to Explain Everything.
yeah, yeah.
So when you export it as a movie, it's just, a movie, whatever that MP4 format.
Let me go ahead and I'm going to show you. I'm going to click the plus button. There's a little bit more. Okay, that was the new video, and of course, new picture would be we could take a still image right here, right now, and slap it up there. Existing photo and video. Now that might be kind of along the lines of what we're talking about. If you have an MP4, okay, and I don't know exactly how this would work, but if you have an MP4 under Dropbox, you can actually then embed it as part of Explain Everything. But for now, what?
Or your camera roll too.
Yeah, that's what I actually played around with this. You see dissection things.
Yeah.
But one of the things that where did it go? Oh, there they are. I was like, where did it go? I actually cleaned my camera roll the other day. Too much stuff on it. But I do have a few videos, and so there's one. Where'd it go? Did you guys see the video? Okay, this one is one I took while we were camping this summer. And so this is a video of fire that is on my iPad. I love fire. I'm scared of it, but I love it. So you can see it, and I can actually, I'm saying, dude, I don't want it that big, so I can minimize it, okay? And I had to play around with this because I'm like, where's the play button? But if you hold down, I think, or if you tap it 3 times, oh, okay, there's the play button. So there is my fire. And actually, I can go ahead and loop it. So isn't that cool? Okay. So, for what it's worth, this is what the students would see. And actually, this would show up, and I'll send you a copy of what we're capturing. This will show up on the whole video, like you were saying, Bruce. The whole video to export would have this.
I mean, while this is playing, take your pen tool, and annotate it.
Fire.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat? It's just something about it, like, really? Yeah, I mean, like somebody who thought of, it would be cool to do this, I think, has done. So one other thing, or if you have questions, but I want to get to the export part of it. So actually, before I get to the export part of it, I'm going to go back to home, okay, and I'm going to save this, okay, as tech time, maybe. See what I mean? It's kind of, I like the keyboard, but can you guys see that keyboard? Mm-hmm. It's annoying. Okay. So it's saved as a project. They won't take too long. And when it goes back to the home page, there's that, it looks like the settings button. What would you say that looks like, Bruce? It's kind of like
Here?
Yeah, navigation wheel up there at the top next to I. So if you click that, you see some options. And if you go under accounts, those are how I told it what Dropbox was mine. That's how you tell it what Google Drive is yours. So you can go back and forth, throw things to Google Drive, bring things in from Google Drive. Evernote, I played with that the other day. So these are all custom. I set it up with who I am in those accounts. So to me, those give me options to import stuff and export stuff. So what I do a lot of, good, bad, or otherwise, is taking my MP4s and pushing them out to YouTube. So it says YouTube, and the blue button means that I've set up my account. So, okay, so let's go ahead and see how we would share these things. So I don't know if you recognize, but that first one right there with the red and blue and black, that was us, right? We captured 8 minutes and 14 seconds worth of stuff. So if I want to send it out, I could send it out from the project, and I could also send it out. Do you see that little square with a arrow? Okay, I'm going to click that. I made it blue, and then I'm going to click what I want to share. So I click Tech Time. So I can actually save it back to my iPad as an MP4. I think that's what I have it set by default. I can export it to YouTube, but I'm going to go on to the more options. Because I like this, because can you see at the top my options? The PDF is there, which sometimes that's what you want. It's a handout for students. The video file and the image file. So let's go to PDF. Okay. So PDF is highlighted. Now if you look at the bottom, it's kind of small, so you have to look really closely. But you see all of those accounts that I set up as for me. So if I want to send it back to, this is where I send things back to. If I want to send it back to my Dropbox, I can go to Dropbox, and right now it's in my AP Pics, which I don't want. So I'm going to click on the Dropbox icon. Those are my major folders in my Dropbox. And let's just say this was for Chem 165. So I go into that, my Dropbox, and I say export. And it already knows that the name is Tech Time. So by golly, oh, I guess I can edit that there. If I say okay, then we're going to have, what is it, 5, 6 pages we made of a hard copy of stuff. Now, it's not clickable, you know, it's a paper thing. Does that make sense? But it could be helpful. Now, this doesn't take too long. Any questions? Okay. But the thing that takes a long time, and I think it's shorter than it used to be, is if you want to send it as a video. But look at that. Oh, better talk fast. Did you see our message, Bruce?
Yeah.
The video I like because obviously it has your talking and what you're talking about as you do it. So I'm going to hit that again, and I'm going to click on Tech Time. And even though it's only 8 minutes long, if I hit YouTube, and I'm not going to do it, but it would take, I'll hit YouTube. Okay. It says, all right, YouTube, it already knows where I want it to go. And it says, do you like this name? Do you like this description? And I say fine. And if I say publish, okay, it's going to start doing that. Notice the estimated time left. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's honing down into something a little better, but it takes a long time. But when it's done, and again, I'm kind of more of a YouTube junkie than any other thing. When it's done, it will already be on in my YouTube account. But I had an option just a minute ago to make it so it didn't publish, to make it so it just kind of sat there. And then I click publish, and then anybody can see it.
As you're recording this, the file is being automatically saved to the iPad, and it stays there. So you wouldn't have to do this part of it in class. You know, if you're recording in class, just, you know, take it to your office, set it up to the upload that Libby was just showing, and walk away. Make sure you get enough electricity, enough charge on your iPad in order to complete the time. But just walk away. And so it saves the project file automatically. You can save it and give it a name, but it saves it automatically to start with. And then when you make it to a movie and upload it to YouTube, just do it once.
Or when you make it into a movie, can you embed it into your e-college?
Yep. If you put it to YouTube, you can put a link in it or embed it. You could also, you know, put it one of those other places and put a link to it as well.
Yeah, I think eCollege lets you just upload MP4s. I haven't done it for a while, and it just sets out there on their server, and then you connect to it from your course.
Yeah. One of those things you want to try. The other thing too that's kind of important, I think in terms of attention span. Doing some of these things in the course of about 8 minutes is probably about the length of the attention span. So you may want to chunk up something instead of presenting for 60 minutes and trying this. Yeah. Chunk it up and into concepts, and I think students will find it a lot more valuable.
So if you are having the students see this as a Explain Everything project, do they have to have Explain Everything as well?
Yeah, well, I don't encourage that at all. I think you want to export it out as a movie. Okay. Yeah, a movie or a PDF, depending on what your purpose is. But
along those lines, I have, and I bet you've read too, Bruce, where some teachers use it for a collaborative tool. And so you kind of saw where the pages, you can insert pages wherever you want to. And so if you use, for instance, Google Drive, you know, as multiple students can share the file back and forth, but yeah, they would need to have Explain Everything to open a project file.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Definitely a pretty cool app. Got a lot of potentials.
You've been pretty quiet there, Cherry. Any questions?
Just gathering info.
Yeah, I think of the cost of a recording app on a Windows or a Mac computer, and for what this does, and for the $3 that it costs for the iPad app, it's a pretty full-featured app.
Yeah, can this basically replace Vimeo?
I think it's got potential to do that. Yeah, I haven't requested any more interactive whiteboards. I think that's the iPads or the interactive whiteboards.
Because then you're not tied to the front of the classroom either.
No.
I like to go out amongst them and make them moving.
Me too. Keep them guessing.
Right.
Yeah.
See what they're doing.
All research will say, and all classroom management sessions will say exactly the same thing. The closer you are, the better your message comes through.
In case Bruce forgets to tell you something he really told me a long time ago, is like these cases that the iPads come with have this little thing that pops out, and you can actually use this as a handle. So I feel pretty secure just walking around the room with my iPad, and I like it.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about that. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I've seen ones with like a strap, like an elastic strap on them or something.
Some of them have elastic, some of them have a circular plastic handle that acts as a stand as well. We kind of chose these because it incorporates a keyboard as well, and
Which
also
is
the
nice.
protection protects it. And you could also change the orientation because a lot of media, a lot of magazines still come in that orientation.
Portraits.
Yeah.
Well, we're about ready to run out of time.
Libby, thank you very much for all your sharing and on this. You want to share the other secret how you were able to show your iPad to your computer?
Okay, let's see. I think this will. Okay, so you see my screen, right? Okay, so you see this little black thing down at the bottom with the, okay, that actually is called AirServer, and it's a program that is running in the background. So let's see, how do I say this? So if you've done much with iPads, you know that if you want to connect them with objects, sometimes you can swipe up from the bottom. So I'm going to swipe up, okay, and you can't see it because it's kind of really gray. But at the bottom there, it says KK eSnipes. So I'm going to click on that. And actually, if you see KK eSnipes, that is how do I say this? Because I'm pointing to my iPad, and then I'm also pointing to the laptop. AirServer on the laptop is allowing me to mirror my iPad. And then what I do is I take the laptop and I connect it to the projector. So, does that make sense? So,
yeah, so we could do the same thing here. I can show my iPad on there to the TV because of this program called AirServer, maybe. So.
I like it.
So there's there. So I can show my iPad. So that's mine. So that is what Libby's doing. But we got to figure out, Libby, is how you're able to do that, and I wasn't. I mean, I understand how you got to your iPad, but
you know what we think it is, Bruce. We think it's like the Wi-Fi. It's it's doing better, but sometimes you need Wi-Fi for these two to talk, and they need to be on the same. What do you call that?
Basically, same network, same subnet.
The same network, and sometimes there's either kinks or just slightly different addresses, even though it looks like this is the same. It's slightly different. So once you get them to shake hands, it's been pretty stable for me. Because as you know, Amber, you don't want those surprises when you have a bunch of little faces looking at you. You want to like, oh yeah, this works.
I know.
And things are. I used Apple TV, Bruce, yesterday in 304, and it was great.
Very
and I
good.
can stand anywhere and talk anywhere, and so.
And with that, we set up Libby's chem lab down there basically as a demonstration room. So she's got a couple of she's been willing to be our guinea pig and take the slings and arrows and go along with guinea pig hunting. But anyway, so she's got